credit score man, he was able to get all those off your credit report. Here's what happens. Your last collection account falls off your credit report. It comes off. The last one now, your credit report is clean, no collections at all, and that brings down your brings down your credit score. Now, what kind of bass awkward stuff is that? You don't have any collections now. Why in the world would that be a negative for you and bring your credit score down? Like I said, you're in different buckets. So there is a bucket of people that have collections and their credit scores are being compared to each other. They're being compared to each other. This person has, maybe, I don't know. We don't know. Maybe it's set up like this, and I'm just spitballing. But let's just say it's set up where here we're comparing people that have 5 collections or less on their credit report. Then there's another bucket about collections that these are people that have 10 collections or more on their credit report. So they're in these different buckets. So you're in the 5 collections or less bucket, and now your last one falls off. Now you're no longer being compared to the people that are in collections or had collections. Now your new bucket is people that didn't have collections at all. So their credit scores are higher already, and you've had some issues. Just because it came off the credit report doesn't mean that the credit bureaus don't know that you had it before. They don't have that historical data. They absolutely do. So then what happens is now you're being compared in a different bucket. You never know when you switch buckets to buckets because we don't even know what all the buckets are. So that could happen, and that'll bring down your credit score. So yes, your last collection comes off, and you've been working your tail off to get all of them off, and you're like, yes, I don't have any more collections, and you're expecting your credit score to shoot up 30, 40, 50 points because you're collection free. Oftentimes your credit score will go down. That's one of the positive things. That's positive though, that you got it off, because eventually that's going to help you in the end, right? If you go apply for a mortgage and now you don't have any collections, the mortgage company has nothing to say. I mean, your credit score is whatever your credit score is, but the mortgage company has nothing to say to you about collections. That's good for you. You're more aptly to be approved for the mortgage that you want. Same thing if it was a car or something of that nature. So that's a good thing though, all right? Then here's another thing that is positive, but it will bring your credit score down. Your bankruptcy fell off. So you filed bankruptcy, whether you filed Chapter 7 or 13, and, it's on your credit report for 7 years. If you file Chapter 13, it's on your credit report for 10 years. If you file Chapter 7, you filed bankruptcy. You've weathered that storm, if you will. You've weathered that storm through all, the ups and downs and whatnot, and paying high interest rates because you filed bankruptcy before and struggle, and now it's coming off your credit report. It's been 7 years. It's been 10 years. It's coming off your credit report, but your credit score goes down. Again, it's bad backwards. Like you finally got through it. You finally did it, and your credit score goes down. So yes, you were, again, back to the buckets, these credit buckets. You were being compared to people that filed bankruptcy. I mean, we don't know, like I said. Maybe there's a bucket for people that filed Chapter 7. Maybe there's a bucket for people that filed Chapter 13. Maybe there's a bucket for people that once you get the 3 years out, then boom, you're in that bucket. Maybe when it gets, further out, you're 6 years out, there's another bucket of people. Maybe there's a bucket that says these are people that have collections since they filed bankruptcy. Maybe there's a bucket like that. Again, I don't know. But then you are in these different buckets. That bankruptcy falls off your credit report, and then bam, your credit score goes down. Now, that's a good thing, though. It's a good thing that the bankruptcy came off your credit report, and if you listen to the 800 Credit Score Man show, if you are a client of the 800 Credit Score Man, I got a client that filed bankruptcy 2012, 2014, came to me with a 585, 565 credit score. Now is in the 700s. Actually, just crossed excellent now. Came to me a year ago, a little less than a year ago, and this is where he's at. You can't wait. Contact me. I can get you some of the same results. Contact me, 312-600-5855, or send me an email to get on my calendar so we can talk, 800@creditscoreman.com. All right, so Those are the 8 things. Those are 8 things that can make your credit score drop. I got to get off here. Those are the 8 things that can make your credit score drop. I'm going to give you a bonus one right quick. You paid off the only installment loan on your credit report. So last week we talked about this a little bit. Talked about, you paying the choice between paying a car off or paying a student loan or some kind of, installment loan off or paying credit cards off. We talked about this last week. Here's the thing. So part of your credit score in one of the 5 pillars of credit, right? The 5 pillars of credit. One of the 5 pillars of credit is your mix. And the mix is what kinds of credit do you have? You got installment and you have revolving. So if you only have one installment loan and you get rid of that installment loan because you've paid off this car, or say you even paid off your student loan or whatever it is, you get rid of it, your credit score will fall. Unfortunately, it will fall. Again, it's bass backwards. Seems like you fulfilled your obligation. You should be able to roll on, and your credit score should be able to go up. But unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. Now, it's not going to hinder you forever. But you need to know that. So people call me all the time, get calls all the time. And I told you the last couple of weeks, it's been like ridiculous. I don't know. Maybe people are using their tax money to actually pay off some of their debt. Great. That's a great thing. And they're paying off cars and whatnot. If you got a choice, again, like I said last week, you got a choice between getting rid of some of that credit card debt or getting rid of that vehicle. You want to get rid of that credit card debt. I know your car costs you $500 a month, and it seemed to make sense to you that you should get rid of that one if you can over getting rid of the credit card debt. But you need to do the math. You really need to do the math and see if that's what you want to do in itself. And if it comes to a scenario like this, you've got one installment loan, you get rid of that installment loan, it's going to create havoc on your credit score and it will go down. All right? So look, thank you guys for coming in. Remember, March the 20th, and I'll be back before then. March the 20th, The 5 Pillars of Credit by Kevin King, the 800 Credit Score Man, will drop as an ebook. Small, easy read, and I'm going to ask for your support with it, you guys. Please, I need you to get this one. And yes, there'll probably be other things that'll be coming as well, but this is a nice, easy read that's going to give you the foundation, because those 5 pillars are not only your foundation, they're the walls, and they're holding up the roof to your credit house. And so you want to get this ebook, not only to support me, and the show, but you want to get this ebook so you'll have it. You'll have it in your hands. You'll always be able to reference it as well. So I'm proud of it. I'm proud of the project so far. We'll see what happens. But March the 20th is when the 5 pillars of credit are going to drop. So you guys, you know how I got to do before I get out of here. Kobe, Cameron, and Carter, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm out.